Today, we're diving into a text with a pretty incredible claim that the biblical patriarch Abraham received a direct, divine revelation of advanced astronomical knowledge. We're going to break down what this text says he was shown, why he was shown it, and how this knowledge supposedly shaped the ancient world. Okay, so this all really boils down to one central question, doesn't it? It's a big one that frames our entire exploration today. Is it even possible for what we call scientific knowledge to come from divine revelation? That's the core idea we're going to be unpacking. So, let's set the scene. Where and when is all of this supposed to have happened? Well, according to this text, this vision wasn't some random event. It was specifically given to Abraham right before his big journey into Egypt, really setting the stage for a divine mission. Now, let's be super clear. The text we're examining isn't talking in metaphors here. It describes a direct download of information, actual secrets of the cosmos, that basically launched Abraham's understanding into what we would now call the realm of science. This quote from the text is absolutely crucial because it spells out the why right from the get-go. The purpose is stated up front. This incredible knowledge isn't just for Abraham's personal benefit. No, it's meant to be declared, to be shared with everyone. So what exactly was in this cosmic download of information? Well, the text actually gets into some really interesting specifics about the astronomical principles that were revealed to him. Okay, so a core concept he was apparently shown is something called set time. The source defines this as the specific way you calculate time for every celestial body: the Earth, the Moon, the Sun, all the stars. You can almost think of it like a universal clockwork, a grand system of measurement that he was given access to. And get this, the revelation even came with its own vocabulary list. The text says Abraham was given these specific names, which are totally unique to this account: Shinashar for the sun, Kokob for a star, Olia for the moon, and Kokabim for the plural stars. This really suggests a unique and structured system of knowledge was being handed over. So just how big was this vision? Are we talking about the entire universe? Well, the text actually specifies that the revelation was focused on the cosmic system that Earth belongs to. In other words, we're talking about our own galactic neighborhood. And inside that neighborhood, one star is presented as supremely important, Kolob. It's described as this great governing star set nigh unto the throne of God that basically sets the rules and the timing for all the other planets in our system. So in this cosmic map, Kolob is like the central governing point of the whole thing. All right, so Abraham has this incredible astronomical knowledge. Now what? Well, this next section is all about the why, the mission he was given because of this information. And this just hammers home that initial purpose we saw. This knowledge wasn't just to make Abraham the world's first astronomer. Nope. His divine assignment was to take this knowledge and teach it to the Egyptians, who were, one of the most powerful and learned civilizations of his time. The source then lays out this fascinating chain of transmission, showing how this special knowledge was supposed to flow through history. It starts with God, goes to Abraham, and then he teaches the Egyptians. From there, it's passed along to the Greeks, then to the Romans, and eventually this divinely revealed science is meant to spread in some form or another across the whole world. But this raises a really practical question. How could something so complex, so mathematical, be passed down accurately for generations? Well, the source text actually addresses this by claiming there was physical evidence. I mean, it's a totally fair question, right? If you're dealing with precise astronomical calculations like the set time of planets and stars, how do you make sure that data doesn't get lost or messed up just by telling it to people over and over? It would be nearly impossible to remember it all with perfect accuracy. And the answer, according to the text, is pretty simple. He didn't have to rely on his memory. The source claims that Abraham created a detailed written record of the whole revelation. Now, this quote, which the source attributes to Joseph Smith, presents what's claimed to be the physical proof. It says that when a papyrus scroll written by Abraham was found, it actually came with other little fragments, and on them, these very astronomical calculations. So the text is basically asserting a real, tangible, historical link to this revealed science. Okay, let's step back for a second and look at the bigger picture this source is painting. It presents a really specific view on how ancient revelation and modern scientific discovery might be related. From this perspective, as knowledge was passed from the Egyptians to the Greeks and then to the Romans, things got lost in translation. Precious truths just faded away from our collective memory during these transitions, only to be painstakingly rediscovered much, much later by modern science. This slide really lays it out clearly, these two paths to knowledge described in the source. On one side, you've got revealed knowledge given directly from God, forming the very foundation. And on the other side, you have modern research, which is framed here as this really expensive and difficult attempt to simply recapture what was already known. So to wrap it all up, the core argument of the text we've been exploring is this. Ancient figures like Abraham had a sophisticated understanding of astronomy, not through telescopes and observation, but through direct revelation. And from this point of view, a lot of modern science is basically just playing catch-up, spending fortunes to rediscover truths that were once given freely. Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. The story presented in this source really pushes us to think about the nature of knowledge itself. What is the relationship between faith, history, and scientific discovery? Are they totally separate worlds, or could they be more intertwined than we usually imagine? It's a really interesting thought to end on. Thanks for joining me.